The story I'm about to tell you is true. I'm not lying about this incident. It was the winter of 2022 when I saw this horrifying thing. A 10-foot tall shadow figure. This is the story. It was 2022 and I was 18 and living with my grandparents in a small neighborhood with a forest across the street. My next door neighbor was my age and I would always go to his house to play video games and just mess around looking for trouble. One day, he told me about something scary that happened to him when he was younger in his room. He told me that there were a bunch of video games stacked up in his room and that they randomly flew everywhere as if something blew them. I was skeptical when he told me about this, but his brother said that he saw it too. While I have no proof that they were just both lying, I ended up believing them. A couple days later, his friend moved in with him that we'll call Jared because he got evicted from his place. One day we all decided to go and check out that forest which was across the street. It was 1 a.m. and we all brought BB guns and flashlights. We roamed deep into the woods, shooting pellets into the night sky. Out of nowhere, Jared sprinted towards us, yelling that we need to leave. We booked it without asking questions. Once we got out, Jared explained that he felt a cold hand grab his shoulder as a whispering voice told him to leave now. Jacob believed Jared, but I just thought that he was fucking with us. Weeks later, I got home from work around midnight and my grandparents were asleep. As I walked through the dark hallway to my room, I turned the corner, and what I saw made my heart drop into my stomach. I was now standing face to face with a tall figure hunched back at the end of my hallway. I immediately flicked on the light, but the figure was gone. After standing paralyzed for a few minutes, I just summed it up to my mind playing tricks on me for being tired. Weeks passed and I forgot about the incident. I was talking with Jacob outside my grandparents' house when he freaked out and told me that he saw something moving. I asked him what it was and he told me he saw a 10-foot tall shadow figure running into the forest. This sent chills up my spine because that was the exact same thing that I saw in my grandparents' house that night. You can probably already make the connection, but the forest the shadow figure ran into was the forest where Jared said something told him to leave. At this point, I was very shocked because I didn't tell Jacob anything about seeing a super tall shadow figure before he told me he saw one. I didn't mention what I saw to anyone, so I know he wasn't just messing with me for sure, talking about all of these instances. The creepiest part is I actually saw shadow figures on other occasions in the neighborhood after that. I was very creeped out and still am to this day. I don't live with my grandparents anymore, but Jacob still tells me the area is haunted, and honestly, I agree. I haven't seen any of these types of figures since I moved out of the area. Trust me when I say that this is true and actually happened. I don't expect everyone to believe me, and I wouldn't believe myself as well. I don't know what these guys are or what they want, but I hope that I never see them again.